This book revisits and revises the story of the Candyman crimes that happened in Houston, Texas during the early 1970s. Dean Corll, an adult, recruited two teenage accomplices, David Brooks and Elmer Wayne Henley Jr., to assist him to lure more than 24 other boys for Corll to rape, torture, and murder. Eventually, Henley killed Corll and turned himself in. At this point, he mentioned his fear of Corll's association with a sex trafficking ring in Dallas. Brooks, once in custody, also described the ring. The Houston police made a tepid effort to investigate the alleged connection before ultimately dismissing it. However, such a ring did exist. The evidence for this changes the story that's been told. Documentary maker and investigative journalist Tracy Ullman spent over a decade looking into the traffickers' activities. She contacted Henley, the only accomplice willing to talk, and he agreed to tell what he knew. I, Catherine Ramsland, joined them to explore Henley's experience as Corll's accomplice. I'm the primary author of this book, collaborating with Ullman, who describes the bigger picture of the Corll-Brooks-Henley story from her research. This account is the first time the shocking tale has been given its full context. Henley did not ask for our present-day investigation, but he agreed to help us to better understand the way sexual predators exploit their targets' vulnerabilities. I've communicated with and researched serial killers for more than 25 years. One such offender operated in the town where I grew up. He once picked up a girl on his motorcycle from a spot where I'd recently been hitchhiking. I was a kid. I'd have accepted a ride like that. This man, John Norman Collins, was arrested and convicted of one of the Michigan co-ed murders and suspected in the others. Later, while I was writing for Court TV's Crime Library, I corresponded with Collins. Then I contacted other serial killers. Since then, I've become a specialist on these offenders, writing books and teaching university courses with a focus on the killer's psychological development. In my book, The Mind of a Murderer, I examined a dozen cases from the past century that feature mental health experts who'd spent extended periods of time to learn about the lives and crimes of specific mass, spree, and serial killers. Their efforts paid off in detailed material that offered a model for my own work from 2010 through 2021 with Dennis Rader, the BTK serial killer from Wichita, Kansas. To undertake this in-depth project, I used a format called a guided autobiography. That is, I structured my questions to get responses about Rader's trajectory toward violence that would benefit the fields of psychology, criminology, and law enforcement.